Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is JimTarantino, founder and president of SuccessLink, a company that's devoted to helping you help yourself. Welcome to a presentation that I call Seize the Decade. Why? Because this speech can help you make this year and this decade your best one ever. So let's get started with some important questions that should set the tone for the rest of this discussion. Why do most people spend more time planning vacations and parties than they do setting goals and planning their lives? Why do only 5%, somewhere between 3 to 5% of all of the people in the world even set goals, and they happen to be the wealthiest people in the world? Why do less than 5% of the people in the world who do set goals maintain their success long term? Some pretty disturbing statistics and I would say very important questions in terms of goal setting. The rest of this presentation will answer these questions and fix these problems, frankly. My research indicates there's primarily 3 reasons as to why these problems occur. First, people are afraid to fail. Number 2, they're too busy, or at least they think they are. Number 3, they just don't know how. And as I said, the rest of this presentation is really focused on fixing these problems and giving you the tools that you need to be successful in the area of goal setting. Matter of fact, I have devoted my life to fixing these problems, and I can help you fix them too. What I mean by that more specifically is I spent 20 years in corporate America. I helped take 3 companies public. During that time, I had the privilege of working with a lot of great people, training and motivating people, and spending a lot of time working with people on their goals. Currently, I just founded a company called SuccessLink, which is all about helping people accomplish their goals. And that's really what I plan on spending my time doing going forward. Let's take a look at someone who spent a lot of his life setting goals.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
So what President Kennedy is talking about there was his desire to send a man to the moon. He set that goal in 1962. And frankly, as the story goes, they had absolutely no idea how they were going to do it. One of the main reasons people don't set goals is because they don't know how. People don't really even know where to start. So what I've done is I've taken the entire goal-setting universe, if you will, and I've broken that down into 6 high-priority areas, which give you a very specific, streamlined way of going about your goal setting. First and foremost is health. It's not an accident that I put this category first. This is the category that gives you the energy and the foundation for the rest of your life. And it's absolutely critical to having a successful life. Anybody who's been sick or had a loved one who's been ill knows how important this category is. My wife is recently recovering from breast cancer, so I know very personally how important this category is, and we take this very, very seriously. Family and friends. Statistics have really shown that if you surround yourself with a loving circle of family and friends, you literally do live a longer, happier life. So I strongly encourage people to cultivate relationships with family and friends. And, think about it. You could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have anybody to share that with, it's probably going to be a pretty lonely life. Career. This is a category that means different things to different people. For students, it's all about studying and getting good grades and graduating from high school or college or grad school. For stay-at-home parents, it's all about raising your kids. For entrepreneurs, it might be owning your own business. For someone in corporate America, rising up the ladder and getting promoted. But clearly an important category for most of us. Now that we've looked at those 6 high priority areas, it's really time to start sitting down and setting your goals. I think it's smart to set goals in a long-term basis first, then move towards your short-term goals. That way you're going from broad to specific. So long-term goals are goals that you want to accomplish, let's say 5 years and beyond. And so really what I think you should do is set approximately 3 to 5 goals in each of those 6 high priority areas that you want to accomplish over the next 5 years and beyond. While you're doing that, you want to keep your eyes open to identify your true purpose. And what this is really the one thing, as you look at all of the long-term goals that you're setting, it's the one thing that you can't do without. It's the one thing that you really think is going to add the most meaning and the most happiness to your life. And that's the one thing that I would encourage you to invest your most 3 valuable resources into, which are time, effort, and money. Once you've got a good handle on your long-term goals, it's time to start setting short-term goals. These are the goals that you want to accomplish this week, this month, this year, on out through the next 5 years. Really what you're doing is setting yearly goals that will complement your long-term goals. So as you start to accomplish your short-term goals, your long-term goals will naturally happen as a byproduct of accomplishing your short-term goals. Again, you see the interrelationship between these 2 areas. The 5-step formula. Number 1, set the goal. Number 2, ask why it is important. Number 3, establish the steps to success. Number 4, visualization. And number 5, inspect what you expect. This is a 5-step formula that I personally put together to help people with that problem that we talked about earlier, which is that they just don't know how to do it. Now, with these 5 steps, it's pretty simple to go about accomplishing each and every one of your goals because the formula is right there in front of you. This is really, could be considered the secret sauce, if you will. And if you follow these 5 steps, there's a very, very strong chance that you will accomplish your goals. So, I think we should commit to make it happen now, seize the opportunity, seize the decade, and really go after those goals. Let's change those dreary statistics that I talked about at the beginning of the presentation, our lives, our communities, even the world, one person, one day, one goal at a time. Good luck and good goal setting. Thank you very much.